Whether it's tax reform or it's healthcare, there's deep divisions. And there also seems to be deep divisions on which path forward if you're choosing.
Absolutely. I think the Republicans are facing a really tough choice now. Do they really want to double down and sort of be Don Quixote going after that windmill of repealing Obamacare once more and chew up the fall, or pivot to tax reform, which is going to be equally tough, maybe even tougher? And if they don't make a decision quickly, this could easily chew up both issues.
Stephen, I want to play for you a soundbite from Senator Jeff Flake, a Republican from Arizona. I interviewed him earlier this morning just about where all of this is headed and whether or not the administration should referee the Republican political civil war or try to attract Democrats. Take a listen to what he told me.
What is over is an attempt to do it just with Republican votes. I think we've reached the end, the limits of what we can do with Republican votes on health care right now.
So there you have it from Senator Flake. But Sahil, I mean, you're in the weeds of this better than anyone. What do you make of whether or not they can actually attract Democrats? Is that a viable path forward?
Kevin, it's only a viable path forward if they change lanes. Now, I think what Senator Flake told you, I think the big lesson from that is that the healthcare debate is moving away from the repeal and replace lane and probably more into the reform and repair lane. Democrats will and want to work on changes to the law as long as it's not a wholesale repeal of it or undoing the provisions of it that they really like these consumer protections on pre-existing conditions and the coverage and Medicaid expansions. So yes, I think Democrats have some ideas of what they want to do, and it mostly revolves around reinsurance in the market and stability for these insurers who are taking on sicker groups of customers and need to either get these cost-sharing reduction payments that the president is waffling on, or raise costs in terms of copays and deductibles for their customers. So I think that is where the debate is shifting right now. If that is where Republicans land, I'm sure there will be Democratic willingness to cooperate.
Insurers are saying two things could really destabilize the markets here. You cut off those subsidy payments to insurers here, or you weaken the individual mandate. And Donald Trump has threatened via Twitter to tackle either of these things. How credible is that threat here? And also, when you've got the likes of Chuck Schumer coming in here and saying, look, here's an olive branch, we can work on some kind of bipartisan measure here. How credible is that, Stephen?
I think it's potentially something that the market should be very worried about. If you're an insurer and you rely on these payments to fund your insurance plan, and keep in mind the president has not had a major legislative success, and we're just 2 months away from the government funding deadline and the debt limit deadline.